Hello everyone, my name is Jacob, and today I shall be building the Douglas C-47 Skytrain in Minecraft. Okay, so the Douglas C-47, it is a very well-known plane, I would say. You're probably familiar with it. It was basically one of the most used transport airplanes, military transports ever, pretty much. It was used at the end of World War II by the Allies, and it was used during the invasion of Normandy, where it dropped the parachutes. You may know it from there. It was also very famously used in the Berlin airlift. And it was later replaced by more modern and bigger transport airplanes in that operation, but they started with these things. So basically what it is it was a converted, or basically a converted commercial DC-3. So a Douglas DC-3, and they built them separately, I guess, but the design is very similar to that. It's got a twin engine configuration. It is a tail dragger. It's got front landing gear on the wings and the rear landing gear on the tail. That's why it wasn't so well suited for quick cargo manipulation in and out of the airplane, because the cargo door was at the back and it was on the side, which meant that it wasn't that large, and also a truck couldn't just park up next to it and they couldn't like unload it and load it that quickly. So that's one of the reasons that was replaced. But also it's quite a small airplane. It was all they had, but later on they had to develop a bigger transports, so they could carry, they could have more capacity. I believe this one only had like 4 tons of capacity, which was very good. And of course you probably know that the more weight or the more stuff a transport airplane can transport, the cheaper it gets per kilogram of stuff, if you know what I mean. So basically what I'm trying to say, if you have to have more little airplanes to transport the same thing as you can that you can transport with just one large one, it's gonna be more expensive to do it with the little airplanes. So anyway, that's pretty much it. It's quite a simple airplane. It was also used for like just transporting wounded and just troops in the Pacific theater. It was quite famous for that as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and build this thing. Alright, so I've prepared some measurements here. The airplane is 20 blocks long, and it's got a wingspan of, I believe, 29 blocks. And I think the height is like 5 blocks, but we're gonna come to that a bit later. So I think we're just gonna start right here with the front of the airplane. So it's got quite a distinct sort of front. It looks sort of quite early airplane style. It's got quite a stocky front bit here. It looks kind of cool for that reason. It's quite distinct as well. So basically something like that. I've built this one in this green and white color configuration. I've seen a lot of pictures of them being like that, but I believe there were some just like silver ones probably, because most of the airplanes, especially of the Allies, were like silver, especially of the Americans I should say. The British had more of these like green camo paints on their bombers and stuff. I should really say that I think like 2,000 of these airplanes were lend-leased to the British as well, and they used them quite extensively as well. But I believe around 10,000 total were built during the war, I guess. But they were then later used for other stuff, because obviously they were surplus after the war. They would be used for private airplanes and some smaller transports like commercial transports and stuff like that. So anyway, we've got this bottom bit, which is gonna be quartz blocks here, and then we've got the sides, which are gonna be quartz slabs. So we're gonna put them here, basically something like that, and on the other side as well. So there. Okay, and then we're gonna build the bottom, I guess. So the bottom goes like 2 blocks past the wings, the end of the wings. So this line is the end of the wings here, and then the slabs go a bit further, I believe, like 2 more blocks, and we have 2 more here. So basically like this, and 2 more at the end. So that's pretty much the bottom, and then we have blocks up here, pretty much like that. So that's pretty much how the bottom looks. I just built that because it's a different color, so I wanna separate that a bit. The sides are just dark green, and we're gonna add the windows later. I'm just gonna finish the fuselage first of all. So the sides go up to 4 blocks after the wings, so basically something like that. And then we have a reduction in height. We just have this bottom bit, and we have a single center bit, and this goes all the way to the end of the tail. And this is pretty much the bottom part of our fuselage. It's not very complex at all. And then we're gonna have the vertical stabilizer. It's gonna be 3 blocks in length, and it's just gonna be something like that, pretty much. So just like a 2 by 3 square, I guess, rectangle really. And then we're gonna have some slabs on top, just to give it some more shape, and then on the bottom we're gonna have a row of slabs. This is gonna be the roof of our fuselage, and on the sides we're gonna have green carpet, so also covering the front glass. And actually I'm gonna have to put in the windows first, so that I don't interfere with them later when I put down the green carpet. So I think all of these airplanes had windows, as far as I could see, even though they were well, I guess they weren't primarily cargo airplanes, because they were kind of both. They didn't really have a specific role. They would kind of use them for anything they would need to, so both transporting people and goods. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, so that's pretty much our windows, and that's pretty much our fuselage. Let's remove these blocks here, and let's do the tail first of all, and then we're gonna do the wings. So the tail, so pretty much done the vertical stabilizer. Now we just need to do the horizontal ones. We've got 2 of them, and they go like down here. They're very simple, just like a triangle here, and the one on the other side, of course. So I'm building them out of the quartz slabs, and I'm gonna cover them with green carpet, so they're gonna look green from the top and white from the bottom. That's pretty much the purpose, and that's pretty much how that looks. We can do the thingy at the back, the landing gear. It's just a single wheel at the back with some item frames, and that should do. And then we can go on to the wings. Now the wings are not very complex at all. The trailing edge will go along this row here of blocks. So basically, on the 10th block from the front of the fuselage, on the 10th block, that's the block where the wings end. So that's where the leading edge is, I should say, and it just goes on the very bottom of the airplane, in line with the bottom of the belly, and we just draw out a line like so, and that's pretty much it. We're gonna replace some of that a bit later at the end, but we're gonna worry about that later. And then the leading edge is, let's see, starts at the first window, so here. It's also in the same plane, of course, and it is, let's see, so we have 3 blocks first of all, and then we have 4, and then we have another 4 and 3. Okay, so we have 3 blocks, and then on the 3rd there's gonna be the engine, and then we have 4 blocks, and then we have 4, and then we should have 3. There we are. Oh, that's 2. Okay, let's see what I fucked up there. Maybe I just didn't make it long enough. Yeah, probably. Okay, so let's add some more stuff to the end here. We're gonna replace that later. So what we have here is we have that filled in. So basically 2 blocks in is filled. So this and another row here, that's all filled with blocks, and then we come out here, fill that as well, and then at the end there's gonna be slabs, but they're gonna be up 1 level. So what we do here is at the second stair, at the second sort of thing here, we just have 1 block and the rest are slabs, and then we just have a 45-degree thing there. So basically something like that. We're gonna replace them with slabs, 3 slabs, and then we have a 45-degree angle here. So something like this. These are gonna be slabs like that. Basically this is how it should look, and then at the end here we also gonna have a slab. I think like that, yeah. And then these are all gonna be slabs pretty much. just put them on the top, because these wings have a on the real one they have a slight upwards curve. Now I can't really replicate that accurately in Minecraft, but this is pretty much the closest I can get. So that's pretty much that for a wing, and this is just going to be filled in with slabs on the bottom. That's pretty much our wing. So we have the leading edge shaped like this, and the trailing edge is just flat, and then we have a sort of a break here where the wing sort of goes up. Okay, and then I think that's pretty much it for the wing. Let's do the other one as well. So we're just gonna do it here, obviously. Oh, actually I have to fill in the bottom here a bit, just so it doesn't look weird. So we have quartz slabs on the bottom, like so, and then we have 3 blocks at the front, 3, and then we have 4, and then we have 1 more block, and then from there on there's just slabs. So 4 and then 3. I really did calculate the length of this, didn't I, before? That's fine. Okay, so we have this. These are gonna be slabs, and we're gonna replace them as well. And then we have 3 rows of slabs, 3 rows of blocks here, and then 2 rows, and then we have this sort of thing where we have the transition, and then this is just blocks, or this is just slabs, sorry, like so. Fill in this part, and then the transition needs to be like this, so we have a nice angle there. And that's pretty much it for our wings. As you can see, this is pretty much what I was going for, the upwards curve on the wing tips, basically. I think it looks pretty good. So anyway, that was all the complication about. So what we can do now is build the engines and also put some carpet on top of the wings. So the engines are quite simple. They go 2 blocks away from the fuselage, as I said before. So we have 2 blocks that come out, and we're gonna need a note block that's gonna go on the end there, like so. On the bottom we're gonna have quartz slabs like this. I think they go like 1 or 2 blocks inside. So basically we also have the landing gear there. It is retracted on this one, of course, because it's in flight. So we have a gap there for a wheel. Now on this airplane, as you probably know, when the landing gear is retracted, it still sort of sticks out a bit. It's not as much down as it would need to be to land, but it doesn't fully retract into the wing or the engine thing. So that's why we have a nice wheel there, and it looks kind of cool. Right, so we have that. Slabs on the bottom. We also have some slabs on the top, something like that. They're gonna go 1 block over the edge, the leading edge of the wing, like so. So we have 5 blocks on the top, and then we have some where is it? Some iron fence, please. There it is. Okay, this goes on the front to serve as a propeller, of course. So just make a big one. on the real one, this would be a 3 bladed propeller. Of course I can't really do that here, so I've just gone for a 2 bladed one, so that's nice. And then, did I fuck this up? Yes, of course I did. Okay, maybe. Yeah, okay. It sticks one block too far out. This engine does. I thought it was kind of long, but yeah, okay. So it goes to there basically, and I've replaced this block with a green block, and that's what confused me. And then we just have this prop here as well. Okay. It's kind of big in comparison to the one on the real one, but I don't think it looks terrible. And I can only pretty much build 2 sizes of these. I can build like a really short one with just 1 block long blades, or I could build the 2 block long blades, and yeah, that's pretty much what I have, so I have to work with it. Okay, so we have slabs on the top, we have slabs on the bottom, with also a landing gear thing, little wheel with some item frames for the look, and then of course the actual propeller goes on the front. The lucky part here is that because this is a slab here, it doesn't connect to the fuselage, so I could build it like this. Otherwise I would have to build them 1 block further away, and that would look kind of weird. Okay, I believe this is all for our C-47. Oh yeah, of course I forgot about the green carpet. Now of course you can build this in any color pretty much that you want. You could also build it in like silver, just like I did with the Beach 17, which is right there, just out of like some sort of stone block, and I think it would look kind of cool, but I wanted to have this one be a bit more distinct. That's why I went with the green and white combo, and I think it looks pretty fantastic. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to, you can check out more about this airplane. It's quite cool, and also the operation that I was involved in are very interesting. But I hope you enjoyed my video. If you liked it, you can press the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also check out my other videos, and I will see you next time.